Hey everybody, I'm Brandon, and I'd like to show you how I make coffee in the morning. You know, there are a lot of things in life that you can't control, like weather, traffic, bears. So I like to start every day with something that I can control and something that I really enjoy. So I make coffee this way. It's the pour over method, which many of you probably already use, and if so, there's no reason for you to keep watching. You are unlikely to learn anything new. But if you're not one of those people, then the good news is this is all the hardware you need to make a really good cup of coffee, starting with a grinder. Specifically, you need a burr grinder. Don't use one of those ones with the metal blades that whip around. Those will turn your coffee into like half dust and half pebbles. You need a dripper that looks like a filter. This one is a Melita ceramic one. Doesn't really matter where you get it. There's a million of them. Just make sure it has a single hole. If it has more than one hole, the coffee won't steep long enough and it'll be really watery. You also need a kitchen scale. The water to coffee ratio is super important, and if you don't get it right, none of the rest of this will really matter. And of course, you need a kettle. So I like the gooseneck kind because it just helps you control the pour, but really doesn't matter. Just get any kind of kettle as long as it gets the water hot. So otherwise, all you need is coffee beans. The good news is you can get really good coffee beans almost anywhere these days. I get mine at Jean's Sausage Shop. Okay, let's make a cup of coffee. I just finished grinding 20 grams of coffee, and I'll get this started boiling. So you generally want somewhere between 15 and 20 grams of water for every gram of coffee. And I like it about 16. So a full cup is roughly 320 grams. That's a nice big cup. And so I do 20 grams ground. I've got my cup here, which I've warmed up. So as soon as that's has boiled through, I'll start pouring. I'm gonna set it all there, and I'm gonna set this to 0, or tare, as they say. And then as soon as this has boiled, and that's close enough, it actually shouldn't be quite at boiling. So I'm gonna start pouring. And I'm gonna start actually by letting the coffee bloom. Just pour just enough to get it wet. And then sort of just watch while it bubbles. It bubbles like that because it's releasing some kind of gases that make it taste bitter or something if you don't release them. I don't even know if that's true. I just think it's kind of cool. So now we can finish pouring. You want to pour in stages, so I'm going to start with about 160 grams, something like that. Okay, and while that drips, I like to resist the temptation to reach for my phone. I think it's important that we give our mind a break from the inputs and just let it wander sometimes. So. Okay, should be good. We can finish pouring. Again, we're going to 320. There we go. And now, once again, let the coffee drip and the mind wander. Help me. Help me. Okay, here we go. Let's put that in there and got ourselves a lovely cup of coffee. It's a great way to start the day. Cheers.